Welcome to Center Heist Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Muchly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and please share it with your friends and family and share it with others if you're online. And if you come across the channel, you've stepped on a video, please subscribe, hit the likes as we are growing a strong community here. And we just trying to build a good, strong community, which we have, and we have been here 2 years now, and so we had our anniversary on the 22nd. So we keep going, and we keep it an integral channel where we don't tend to run off of hearsay. Uh, we address it only if we know it's like wildfire. So let's get to it. This is exactly what it says. So sorry, that's my cat. Uh, Anywho, yeah, she's my little buddy. So, anyway, last night we had the Habs in Columbus, and they hung on to a victory. They pulled it out in overtime. Almost lost this thing, but there were improvements compared to the night before. However, not it wasn't perfection. Don't make the mistake, but there were improvements and line changes, right? Adjustments. So first period we had a goal apiece. Second period we had a goal apiece. Third period we had a goal apiece, and overtime Montreal got the winner. And it was 4-3 final. Primo gets the win. Merzik Zilkins gets the loss. Nick Suzuki gets the winning goal. All right, Columbus. Nick Suzuki scored 44 seconds into the overtime, and the Montreal Canadiens beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-3 on Wednesday night, snapping a two-game skid. Yuri Slafkovsky had a goal and an assist. Caulfield added a power play goal. Emil Heineman scored. Caden Primo made 21 saves for Montreal. Okay, so Matthew Olivier, and Chinnikov score, and Zach Werenski scored for uh, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and Werenski had the Gordie Howe hat trick with a fight against Gallagher as well. So first star, I don't agree with this. Just because a guy gets winning goal, I don't buy that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't. I mean, yes, you could put him as a third star, but I don't agree. This happens a lot in the 3-star picks, the game winner. They always seem to give it to the guy who gets it. I don't agree with that always. Nick Suzuki gets first star with a goal, +1. Yuri Slafkovsky, goal and assist. Stayed at an even keel. And here's the funny thing. I do not see the third. Here they made an error. They didn't show who the third star was. Isn't that interesting? Boy, that's pathetic. That's how pathetic Sportsnet is. Can't even write up their summaries properly. Comical. Anyway, scoring summary. 9:08 in the first. Olivier gets a goal. This guy's turning into not just a scrapper, but he's a half-decent hockey player. Assisted by Werenski and Aston Reese. Then we got a goal, and that first goal, Barron totally blew his coverage. How he didn't pick him up, it just like he lost where he was and didn't cover his man. So is what it is. But nice to see at the 13-minute mark, Yuri Slafkovsky gets one. Very nice goal. I almost anyway. I still think there should have been an assist on that from Struble. However, just they're giving it to him solely unassisted, and it was a nice 2-on-1 come out, and nice to see Yari pull the trigger on that shot. So he ties it up at 1. Second period, Chininkov just blows by Struble, goes right around him, turns him inside out. That didn't look too good on Struble, unfortunately. Assisted by Fantilli and Johnson. Then we had a nice goal from 6:34, Cole Caulfield. What a nice pass off the boards. Yuri Slafkovsky using the boards to bounce the puck off to get Cole Caulfield on a breakaway power play goal. So that tied things up at 2. Then we go into the third, and what a beautiful, beautiful goal by Heineman. 8:24, assisted by Jake Evans and Yoel Armia, and that seems to be a good line. But I love this kid. This is what I thought he could be 2 years ago, and then last year I almost, like everybody else, I think everybody almost gave up on him last year because he didn't come back the way he was the year before. But this is what I think a lot of us thought this kid could be, and I love what this kid brings to the game. He's one of the 3 players that's been consistent all season long. Hits, 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 works hard on the boards, wins a lot of battles. I love this kid. So, yeah, 8:24. And it would have been nice if we could have held on to the lead, but of course, couldn't do that. Just a weird goal at 12:22 by Zach Werenski, assisted by Damon Severson and Veronik Voronkov. Then we go in 44 seconds into the overtime. Nick Suzuki gets a nice goal by following up his shot, which was set up by Lane Hudson. And beautiful play there, and just good to see Nick follow up his shot. And that's what I like about Nick. He tends to do that, and when he's playing well, you'll see Nick doing that. So then we go to the game stats: 23 shots to 24 for Columbus. That's a much better improvement compared to 13 shots. It's 10 more shots. I said this yesterday in my video. Can you imagine if they would get 10 more shots than to add on to the 13? How the outcome would be in the game. Here it is, right? At least one more goal. So, or 2 more goals, sorry. Because they had 4. So anyway, 24 to 23 in favor of the Jackets. Hits 25 to 24 for the Jackets. Face-offs 31 to 30 for Montreal. Power plays, nice to see us get back on the board in that department. 1 for 2 for the Habs, 0 for 3 for the Jackets. Penalty minutes 13 to 11 for the Habs. Giveaways 14 to 9 for the Blue Jackets. Takeaways 5-2 for the Habs. Block shots 16-14 for the Jackets. So, yeah, we had a fight in this game, too, by, Brendan Gallagher. What more can you say about this guy? He just blows my mind. I think, Tony Marinaro doesn't have to admit it, but he had pretty much given up on Galley, just like I can say I had, 2 years ago. That is, 2 years ago. Last year, when we seen him break through, it was like, here's a nice difference in Galley. We've seen such a change, and then this year he's even that much better. I don't know what he's done to change his gameplay, but as I said, I've been so superly impressed with Galley. I mean, what more can you say? He's just a warrior, and to take on the fight with Werenski, a much bigger opponent, no back down from him. That's the type of guy you want on your team. Tons of heart and soul. Doesn't put his tail between his legs and back off and chicken out like some people. New Hook. Sorry, did I say that? Yeah, he's not a coward whatsoever. And much better performance from the Habs. However, not a perfect performance. There was, the defense still made, and I can say they all did. They all had misassignments. Let's make no mistake about it. There was some blown coverage periodically. Now it kind of showed a little more on Barron. And then I would say, it was amazing because Struble looked sharp at the very beginning. And then you started seeing a couple of glimpses of some errors he was making. So, but again, they all made mistakes. Let's make no mistake. There was not a defenseman at one point or another. All 6 of those guys had the odd mistake defensively. But great game by Lane Hudson as well. I really like him and Gooley together. I think this is, it might take time before that can be a, you know, a solid thing permanently, but I think that is the future first pairing. I can see it all. This just looks like glimpses. They seem to be gaining a natural gel and seem to be on the same page. So I can see something building there. It's going to be nice when we get the defenseman in place that we can see who Jack Guy's in the future partner will be. We can see who Strubal's partner will be. That type of thing. Um, so be interesting to see the future. But like I say, we're gonna have to accept, and I said this yesterday in my special video, this defense is gonna have hiccups. It showed last night was not a perfect game. It was just a bit better than the night before. And getting more shots was a major change in it. But I liked Slav with Dvorak and Galley. I thought that looked half decent. I do not like Newhook with Caulfield and Suzuki. I'm sorry. Yeah, he adds speed. That's all he brings is speed. It was the same thing with Anderson, and sorry, he just doesn't have the IQ for that line. And I'm right now. I say it again and again and again. I am not overly impressed with his work ethic this year whatsoever. Whatsoever. Even last night, not overly impressed. He had glimpses of some, but he loses so many battles on the board. And he doesn't. You can tell. I mean, I've been examining him. He does not like the physical game. Yeah, he backs off from being hit. You can see him shy out, and I don't like it whatsoever. That's something I don't like in a hockey player whatsoever. And this team is soft and got to get tougher. That's why I'm so impressed with Heineman and Gallium. What a goal by Heineman! My word, to just blow by and just cut right in and put that shoulder down and bury it over Milzinkings. What a goal. This kid he's going to be a good addition to this team in the future. He's a hard worker, wins his battles on the board, gives you 100% every night. That's what you want to see. And that's what we got out of him and Galley. And I love it. And Evans. Uh, Evans has kind of gotten a little bit quieter, a bit, but he still brings a half decent game. But those three have been pretty, well, they have been consistent. Um, Caulfield woke up last night. Good to see. But Slavkovsky, that's what we want to see. Now, in saying that, good to see him pull the trigger on the shot. Beautiful shot when he got that 2-on-1 with Nick Suzuki going in. And that's more, and you could see the relief. And I think Nick Suzuki was more happy for him than he even was. But you did see the happiness come out after, because I don't think he realized he scored. And when he did see the joy out of Nick when Nick grabbed him, he looked like a little kid. So this guy, we got to realize he's young. I think he's going to be something else when you get him, a couple years down the road. I think when it all comes together and there's a bit of maturity, I think this guy's going to be something. I think he kind of has a bit of an issue of probably being extra hard on himself. So, but you gotta take the lumps and bruises. These guys are paid big bucks to get over it. And but boy, did he ever! You see that smile, and he looked like just like a little kid. It was at Christmas opening up a package. You could see the relief of finally scoring, and he had a good solid game. But and I do think I just still want to see the legs move more, and I want to see him get more physical. He's starting to have come. That was an improvement game for him. Good to see, but he still can bring it. With Slav, it's more because he has a lot more to offer, and we know he does. So I just want to see him bring everything he has, all the cards on the table every night. And let's hope we get into that. But this is a great step forward for him. He's got to realize he's got the talent with that shot. And when he's moving his legs, he's effective. Um, just use that body and keep the feet moving, and he'll be all right. So with that being said, Doc, quiet, but He had a little better night than the night before. So he did fairly well, and he actually did all right in the face-off department last night, which was kind of shocking, actually. But yeah, I really like Gallagher. It doesn't matter who he's playing with. It's and and let's also give because I mean last year I crapped all over Anderson, and hey, this doesn't mean he's on my favorite list. Don't get me wrong. He's still got areas to clean up, but he's worked hard last night. I liked his game last night, and he's had a better season, better than last year. That's for sure. I like him in the addition on that penalty kill. I like the work he does, and I think that's a good suited spot that Marty has figured for him. So that was great. Caden Primo, yes, he did okay, but there's still, man, some of these goals come in on him awful easy. You couldn't blame the third one, the off the skate. However, again, if he's covering better, he might have still even got that deflection, knowing if he read the play and got his pads down. So I'm not sold on Primo whatsoever. Good to see that he did make a couple of key saves. I'll grant him that. But the goals, yes, there's some blown coverages, but you want your goaltender to make that big stop every now and then. So for me, good to see him get a win. I still stand by what I said. Needs to go, and I would say in about a year or so, Monty needs to go as well. So I'm not content with our goaltending situation whatsoever. But good improvement, good team improvement. At least they cranked it up. Those changes in the lineups made a difference. I liked Slav with Get Gallagher and Dvorak. I liked it, that work ethic, and it worked out. But yeah, of course, the goal was scored on the power plays. So, or no, not Slavs, but he was out with Nick Suzuki anyway. I think it was power. No, no. But anyway, either way, just good to see him come out of it. The funk. Our defense, we're going to go through growing pains with them. Forwards, there's still a lot to be said. There's adjustments that need to be made and bodies that need to be brought in. I'm still kind of shocked that they never seem to bring Pizzetta in the lineup. That to me is getting concerning. And Wah, uh, Fitz played an all right game, but nothing spectacular. But then again, it's a step up from the American Hockey League. I still would have left him in Laval only because I wouldn't have. Montreal's got a lot to work out, and they do need a couple of tweak trades to bring in toughness and size. But good improvement. This is what we want to see. At least the effort level was up, but man, they got to get much more physical. This team is very soft. Even in this game, I just found the physicality could be cranked up a lot more. They got to get grittier. That's the only thing. Yes, we had enough to win this, pulled it off. Nice setup by Hudson. And then, yeah, just you can see some positives out of the young defense as well. They do have a lot of lapses here and there, though, although even the veterans do. So it's the whole defense core, but it's the players up front too, helping being a part of that system. But yeah, for me, again, and just hearing discussion on that hybrid system. Now I kind of got the concept of it. I'm not a huge fan of it. That's just me. I don't like the idea of throwing an extra man when the puck's stopped on the boards, because when you do that, you leave somebody open. So that's kind of not my cup of tea. So that's what they're playing, I guess. When it gets jammed up on the boards, they throw an odd man on an extra man to try to get that puck out. I'm not really that keen on that. I would rather, stick to the old school. That's just me. Zone or man on man. That's just I prefer. I just don't like. I like keeping a man for man, like each man being covered. That's for sure. So this outnumbering stuff, it opens the door to leaving somebody not covered, and I'm not big on that. So at least I'm more so am getting what they're doing, and it's not my cup of tea. But anyway, so that is what it is. Go Habs, go! I'm pumped. That's why I got the jersey on. I'm excited. I was excited to see the top three. Slavkovsky. He should have been the first star. Just coming out of his funk. I love Emil Heineman, and I still but to see Emil score, and of course Caulfield finally get back on the board, get back going again. That was great, and Suzuki. So the big three scored, and you had Emil Heineman. That was a good game, good solid game. Lot to improve though. So don't get your. I think we have New York on the weekend. Yeah, don't get your hopes up on that one. But let's hope they keep it respectable. So go Habs, go! Please hit the likes and subscribe. Share it with your friends and family. You've seen it here. Where did you see it? Where the Puck Center Heist Productions, where the puck drops first. God bless.